Step one, pick off the dirt. Pick off the dirt. See this little bit of rottenness, and pick that out too. We're probably just gonna remove a good chunk of the stem here. Rinse it off. Cool water. Give it a good clean, and you want to dunk it and let it soak in a bowl of salt water. Salt water. Pretty simple. Kills all the bugs in a couple hours and they're ready to eat. So they've been soaking for a few hours in the salt water, which killed off all the bugs and bacteria and whatnot. And now we're gonna cut them in half the long way. So get a good knife. And this will do. Well, actually, you don't even need a sharp one. Do a dull one. We'll cut it in half the long way. That way you can see the inside. Boom, boom. That's what Morel looks like on the inside. We're going to continue to do this for all of them. So this might take me a minute. And so on and so forth until you get a good pile like I have. That's probably more than enough to fit in the pan. Drop my wet fingers quick. Now there's a lot of different ways people like to cook them, but I'm old fashioned and I just use flour and butter. Just put some up onto a plate and be very nice and generous with it because you're probably going to use most of it. And even have to add more. And we're going to lay them down outside facing way first because I want to get as much flour into these little ridges as possible, but basically you're going to cover each side like so, and then that's what you want to see right there, nice and covered in flour. It's getting in those crevices. When you fry it in butter, it will solidify and make a nice cheese curd looking like thing. In the meantime, turn on the stove. Last ingredient, butter. Plenty of butter. Don't go shy with the butter. I stick with start with a half a stick to get the process going. These mushrooms take a lot of butter. Lots of butter! And that's the secret. Don't be shy with it. You want them to really turn out well. You just use the whole damn stick. I don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn!
Just make sure you use a ton of it.
Butter, 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 butter!
Okay. So you know that's gonna melt. And while that's melting, we're gonna cover some more. Make sure that butter spreads nice and evenly in the pan. I'll stick them to that one side. Alright, we can start laying some of these down like so. Like I said, cut side or open side of the mushroom down. And let them do their thing. And you pretty much fry it just like bacon. You just fry it until it turns nice and golden brown. Pretty much anything else you fry in a pan. Fry until it looks nice and crispy. And after we add the mushrooms in the pan here, we're going to add a bunch more butter, because these things really soak up the butter fast and you don't want them to get too dry too quick. more butter to the mix. Just a glob here, glob there, glob there. Already gone through a stick and a half of butter on these fucking things.
Not a stick and a half of butter!
That's what it takes. Now, as the butter's cooking, the flour is solidifying, turning the whole mushroom into a breaded, fried, crispy, delicious, awesome treat that we only can eat once a year here in Wisconsin in the springtime. I like to use a fork. It's easier for me to flip them all individually than try to take a spatula and do them all at once. I think it's better to go individual. Who knows? It's up to you on this. Boom, look at that. That's exactly what you want to see. Nice and golden brown. They're turning out pretty perfect. Now at this point I probably won't add any more butter because you want them to cook and get nice and brown like this, but you don't want them to cook too much, and this is plenty of butter for now. There we go. Now we flip them all. Pretty much just sit and let them cook the way they are now and do their thing. Only takes 3 or 4 minutes on each side. Another flippy. We'll make sure they look just like this on each side. That one's done already. Boom, first one done. But this one's done too. Yep, perfect. Just what you want to see. Perfect. But that one's perfect too. Yep, perfect. Another perfect one. And it's okay if they're still cooking when you take them off a little bit like that, because they'll finish their crisping process on the plate. Oh. Boom. Now these be some perfect looking morel mushrooms right here.
Oh, it's so perfect!
Last but not least, you get to enjoy it. It's just a hand food. You pop it right in the mouth. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my god, it's so savory, buttery, a little chewy. It's hard to describe because it's not like any other flavor of anything out there. You really gotta try them from yourself. It feels so good when you find them in the woods yourself. Found these just the other day. They are perfect. Flour, butter, salt. There's not much else that needs to go on these. Oh my god.